What's up? It's Coach Joe, Technique Tuesday here at BFP. I want to talk about ants today. You know, the little bugs that crawl around on the floor. So when you think about an ant, they're tiny. If you watch them move, they can go from here to here like lightning fast. And that'd be the same as me running across the whole gym. Ants are built very well, or they're built to generate a lot of force, and they're very, very strong. They can move things way, way beyond their body weight, way beyond 10 times their body weight, and they're built to do that. We as humans are not built to do that. So our brain had to figure out ways to help us move heavy lifts. And one way it's done that is through an action called triple extension. So that'd be like me going from here to that position right here. Or when I drop down and I want to jump, and you see action at the ankle, knee, and hip. When we perform an action, ankle, knee, hip, in that sequence to perform different movements, we generate a lot of force, and we generate a lot of force quickly as compared to if we divided these parts of our body up and calculated how strong they were individually. When they act together like that in a sequence, we generate a lot more force and we generate it much faster. That helps us as humans who aren't built to move heavy loads, move heavy loads. So that pattern is ingrained into a lot of what we do here at Breakaway. And what I want to talk about today is the medicine ball clean. This is a great way to build somebody into a barbell clean, even into a kettlebell clean. But we use these because they're great to get your heart rate up. They challenge the entire body. And again, they encourage that functional movement pattern that we have to use outside of the gym. The one that I talked about, triple extension, that our brain has figured out how to lift heavy things. So there's different ways to go about this in terms of how much of that action you need for a movement. And it's all about being efficient. Because when we're outside of the gym, we want to be efficient in our movement pattern so that we can use the least amount of energy possible. Now, when you're in the gym, we want to burn more calories, so we try to make you inefficient by loading you heavier or by lifting awkward objects like a medicine ball that challenge you a little bit more in that way. So what I mean by efficiency is how much of that how much of that action has to take place. So if I start with a lighter ball, with a 35-pound medicine ball, you can see that I can drop down, pick this up, and just kind of toss it over my shoulder. And my heels came off the ground a little bit right there, but they didn't really need to. If I wanted to, I could do most of that just by standing kind of quickly, tossing that over. Now I go a little bit heavier. This is a 45-pound ball. I should be able to do this the same way. We drop down, so for technique, we're going to drop down into a squatted position. I'm going to keep the ball in between my feet. Very, very important. I'm not going to pick the ball up out here. That puts a lot more stress on my back. So I'm going to pick that ball up in between my feet, get my hands underneath it, and then pop to come up, toss it over. So this is a 45-pound ball. It takes a little more force to come up, but again, when I use that ankle, knee, hip action, I'm much more efficient at moving that load. So, as it gets heavier, we'll show you what this looks like.
So what I'm demonstrating here is that medicine ball clean with the ball in between my feet at the bottom, and then you see that triple extension action I was talking about earlier in the video. So the words of the day today, triple extension, which means you get action at my ankle, then my knee, and then my hips, and you see those heels sort of come off the ground with that little bit of pop. Now you notice with the 60-pound ball, it takes a little bit more of a pop to get that thing up and over. So using that ankle, knee, hip action allows me to be more efficient when I am moving that heavier weight. Now, as we move into the heavier ball, this ball is a solid 30 pounds heavier at 90 pounds. I'm going to really wrestle that thing up onto my hands, but you notice it's a little sloppier, but you see a lot more of my heels coming up off the floor, and I'm much more aggressive or much more violent when I pop and when I snap those hips to get that ball over. In order for my brain to get my body to move that ball efficiently, I've got to be very aggressive in that pop. Just to give you a comparison of why this movement matters and how it transfers and is functional from inside the gym to outside the gym, you can see how I pick up my little baby and I bring him up, I pop a little bit through the hips, and then I absorb through those knees at the bottom.
So, Technique Tuesday, that is the medicine ball clean. Hope you're able to learn a little something from this video. If you have any questions, throw them in those comments below. Have an awesome day.